official spokesperson for the National Dialogue. As I said earlier, the dialogue starts on the 1st of July and will hopefully run for a whole month. Mr. Isa Abdulrahman, before taking a break, we said I shed light on the residents and I've never seen, except for the municipal elections, anything that has basically involved the voices of residents in Bahrain. The recent incidents hit our residents very badly. Actually, some people lost their lives, unfortunately, in the recent incidents. I do believe it's time to move forward, but I also believe that the 300,000 to 400,000 people we have in Bahrain have a voice. Now, what are you doing about that?
In order to have an inclusive dialogue, you cannot ignore the fact that if you look at Bahrain population today, around 54% is made up of the residents and 45% Bahraini nationals. And in order to have an inclusive dialogue, you have to involve them one way or another. But we have to respect the fact that we cannot get them engaged in the matters that are related to the Bahrainis.
Citizens.
But we have already organized, or we are going to organize for them as a parallel track where they will be discussing their own issues, any issue related to the residents, institutes, and they are going to nominate their representatives. We might as well get engaged with some of the embassies that we have in Bahrain, especially for the ones who have the majority share in terms of the residents population in Bahrain, in order to nominate their representatives for the dialogue. They will be discussing the issues. They will decide on what sort of issues they would like to discuss, similar to the process that we went through with the issues related to the Bahrainis. So I'm not going to have a predefined agenda for them. They will determine the agenda that they would like to have and discuss, and then they will communicate to the chairperson the outcome of their own session.
I seriously believe this is very important. You cannot ignore half of the Bahraini society too, even if they are not citizens, but they are contributors towards the development that we have witnessed. And I believe this is a very civilized move from the organizers of the National Dialogue. And I really hope that they will come up with issues that can help them enhance their standard of life here. Or
they are an important element of our society as well. For Bahrain to move forward, for Bahrain to progress, we need their help, we need their contribution. And we highly respect all their contribution that they made, be it the current residents that we have in Bahrain or the previous ones.
Of course. Are the sessions going to be on daily basis?
It will be on alternate days. So for the first week only, as an exception, we are going to have the opening ceremony on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And then the first session will be held on Tuesday. We'll give 2 days for the participants to review all the topics and the issues that will be discussed, and also to give them the freedom if they would like to change the schedule in terms of where they are allocated to which session they will attend. But then it will be always Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday in the evening time. We might start from 5 p.m. until around 10.
Great. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Any final words you would like to share with us on the National Dialogue episode?
We are optimistic in reaching the required outcome in terms of decisions based on consensus. But I must remind everybody in Bahrain that we need to be patient. Results might not be materialized in the first few days. Some of the issues need to be discussed and rediscussed, and maybe it would require some time until they reach a consensus. But I would encourage everybody to support the National Dialogue, be it on the professional level or the social life as well, in terms of how we communicate, how we share and discuss ideas. The media will be an active part as well in the National Dialogue. It is time now to move forward. It is time to focus on the future. It is time to focus on the solution. And I do believe the dialogue will be the right platform to define the solution for Bahrain on the way forward.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you very much, Mr. Isa Abdulrahman. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to remind our viewers that on this episode of Bahrain Today, my guest was Mr. Isa Abdulrahman, the official spokesperson for the National Dialogue. During the past half an hour, we discussed what the National Dialogue is aimed at, and among the words that I liked that you said was bridging the gap there have been gaps that have been created during the past few months. Bridging the gap is not just is not a target just between the people and the government. It is a target among people themselves. To have people representing different ideologies, religious leaders, politicians, liberals, moderately liberal people, all under one roof, simply reflects what Bahrain is all about. We have always lived in peace with each other, despite our differences, whether it comes to the sect or religion or ethnicity. And His Majesty the King, in his speech or in his address to the nation in the cabinet meeting on the 29th of June, emphasized on that. We have always lived with each other despite of our differences in any area. Today, on the 1st of July, we will gather at the Isa Cultural Center to discuss our differences, to discuss our problems, and to find solutions to these problems. These solutions are simply ways to provide a better life for our citizens. There is no other way out but to sit and have a discussion, have a constructive discussion, instead of having destructive behavior that we have unfortunately witnessed during the unfortunate incidents that hit our country in February and March. I'm personally an optimist. I look forward to the 1st of July. I hope that the 4 weeks in July will be a turning point in the history of our country. Yet, with that in mind, I hope that when we sit on a table and discuss our issues, we will also remember that the past 10 years there have been so many developments in our country, and we cannot simply say disregard those developments and start from the national dialogue. I believe we should continue from the national dialogue for a better future for our children. I hope the national dialogue will be a success, and I hope that in a couple of weeks we'll again sit here with Mr. Isa Abdulrahman and speak about what the national dialogue has come out with. I hope that there will be great news to speak about, because this is what Bahrain is about. Despite of any differences, we are all Bahrainis. Those who are loyal to this land will sit on that table, will bring up the issues of concern to them, and will find solutions, and the consensus is the right way towards progress and prosperity. Until we join you next week on another episode of Bahrain Today, thank you very much for joining us.